it's ending up being a part 2. So if you were not here for part 1, no worries at all. It's fine. You're just not going to know some of the earlier stuff. You can go back and watch it later if you want to. Hey, is it chill if I hang out in your classroom and eat dinner before class? Oh, that's funny. My hair feels really gross right now. I've had kind of a weird day. I had cleaners come to my house today, which I do like every once in a blue moon, and it was new people, and they were really good, but they were here for a really long time. And normally I like leave, but they like had a lot of questions about like where we wanted stuff and how we wanted stuff done, and so I just felt like I shouldn't leave because they had a lot of questions, but they did an awesome job. But I like was supposed to go do some stuff today. I was gonna go to work today, but then that didn't happen, which keeps happening. I really need to go to work. I'm acting like I don't have bills to pay. Writing my dissertation proposal during stream. Hope you don't mind. I'm doing work for other classes. Saturn Cat, thank you for subscribing. I feel like my desktop looks a little strange. Oh, no wonder. It's like tiny. There we go. Taco Bella Chog, thank you for subscribing. Praying for a smooth stream tonight. I think it is going to be smooth because I did like a little test run earlier because I wanted to fix TikTok being broken. The one pro to me being like low-key locked in my office all day while my house is being cleaned, which I love having my house cleaned. If you don't do that, it's like a really nice treat for yourself, and it's not as expensive as a lot of people think it is. So highly recommend. It's also a really good gift if you don't know what to give someone for like an expensive gift. But anyway, I like had to do work, which normally I hate being at home during the workday because I don't get anything done because I just walk around my house all day. But because my house was being cleaned, I literally had to sit in here. So I actually got a lot done today. I have a new personal hatred for education admins, so solidarity. That's probably not good. At work, watching on my phone, just know I'm dedicated to this class. I got this notification around noon and was so worried I missed this. No, I just wanted to make sure it was working. You got fired from your school today? What did you do? No offense. What happened? I'm a group tutor at my college, and this lady, Rebecca, is killing me. Y'all are feeling feisty tonight. Oh, budget cuts. Okay, don't tell people you got fired. You got laid off. Fired implies you did something. You were laid off. Remind me where we left off. I know that we watched this music video. I know that we watched it. But I don't remember what we did after this. Did we talk about Trisha Paytas or no? I can't remember. Don't love that angle of my arms. That's cool. Took the day off to get caught up on IEPs. As a teacher, having to take a day off to work is a layer of hell that I have been to before. Fully a layer of hell that I have been to before. Oh, I'm frozen? I think no Trisha yet. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought this was roughly the right spot. Let me turn on the multi-stream chat so I can see everyone. It's university, guys. I can't really talk about it. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I hope you get a new job that you like better. That would be cool for you. I took down my little thing. Guess what I got? You know those like door hanging things, like very Hannah Montana, like where the beads hang, but not like the wooden, like earthy ones, like the plasticky Hannah Montana ones that are like colorful. I got like a white glitter iridescent one. I had to get 2 because this is bigger than a door frame. So yeah, that's what's going to be back there. Because I wanted something plain, but not this plain. And then one day I'll put my sign up. Really what it is, I tried to do it myself and it's just like not going well. And so I'm going to ask, we have a handyman that like we've hired to do a few random things. He put the trampoline together at our old house. And so I'm just going to like, there's a couple things that I want him to do. I have some shelves I want hung that are like heavy. And so I'm just waiting till there's a big enough list to warrant paying him for a full day. And then he can just do that. Oh my God, is it really not working again? This is really going to piss me off, actually. This is really going to upset me and hurt my feelings. I told her I wasn't getting paid for enough to do all this admin stuff she's asking, and she keeps telling me I have to have unpaid meetings with her. It's working for me. Okay. You're reacting to Gabbie Hanna. No problems for me. Okay, cool. Good. All right. Let's get this money. Also, before we get this money, what other YouTubers or influencers do you guys want me to do streams about? Because I notice that I can hear you, but your voice is crazy high. That's so weird. I don't know why that's happening. I can try and switch microphones, but I don't think you're going to like it because y'all don't like the other microphone. YouTube is fine. Is anyone else having voice weirdness for me? Maybe try leaving and coming back. What was I about to say? Seems like a Twitch thing. Twitch has been having problems lately. Problems. Bye, sister Jenna. Okay, so what was I about to say? Oh, every time I do... Let me put my phone on, or my thing on Do Not Disturb. Every time I do a stream about like a YouTuber or influencer, it always does really well. Like the chat is always on fire. A lot of people want to join. So I was like, let me give the people what they want. Let me write these down on my little list. Dun, 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 dun. James Charles, Jenna Marbles. I have not done Trisha. Doing Trisha is overwhelming, but like I think I just have to do it. Where's my list? Oh, stream ideas. Colleen Ballinger's on the list. Trisha Paytas. Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles is going to be emotional for me. Bye, sister. Trish would probably be a two-part stream. Bye, sister's already on the list. Anybody else? Gabbie Hanna was part 1 last week. Now we are in part 2. Gabbie Hanna just simply couldn't be contained. Eugene Cooney is like a little bit too real. Like those problems are a little bit too real. You know what I mean? Not that the other people's problems aren't real. They are, and they're not good. But that's a little bit too real. A little bit too real for me. Vlog Brothers? Who are they? The Jonas Brothers. Also, stream is gonna skip a week or do it on a different day that week because I'm going to the Jonas Brothers concert. This is the 3rd Jonas Brothers concert I've been to, just FYI. David Dobrik, Lily Singh, Nikado Avocado. A lot of these people, I don't know who they are. I think I was very disconnected from one side of the internet for a while. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We already watched this music video, so we're not gonna watch it again. This I added in, so let's pick up here. This is another piece of random lore that I found. Apparently she faked going to Coachella. She revealed that she used Photoshop to fake a Coachella appearance on Instagram. And I think she just did that like to prove a point. She was like, I just wanted to show my fans how easy it is to fake things on social media. Everything can be fake. What are you talking about? She's not Coachella's biggest advocate. What does that mean? Because she said it's synonymous with Instagram influencer culture. But, like, that's you, mama. Like, so I didn't know this. I felt the need to include it because it was just so random and strange. Let's get into the Trisha Paytas of it all. This is not... she's especially right now with AI. Her mind. She was early. This is not like the most detailed account of her lore with Trisha. Same thing with Jessi Smiles. The Jessi Smiles one is much more detailed than the Trisha one, but I just kind of tried to find a nice little, not a nice, but a concise summary of what exactly happened here. Does anyone remember that British makeup influencer who everyone was convinced she was being held hostage and dissecting her videos for cries for help? I remember that. Wow, that was deep in there. You just like yanked that out of there. You clocked her last week when you said she's desperate for validation and finds it easier to get it from men. It's not that she even prefers male validation, because it seems like she likes validation from everyone, which is real, but it is easier to get validation from men. They're much easier to like pull that out of. So 2019, Gabbie Hanna feuded with Trisha Paytas, Trisha Paytas accused Gabbie Hanna of spreading a false rumor that Trisha Paytas had an STI. It's STI, sexually transmitted infection. Sexually transmitted disease, STD, is what's used more often, but that's not actually like the correct medical terminology because a lot of them are infections, not diseases, if you wanted to know why I said that. Where are they now about BuzzFeed? I'm going to do just BuzzFeed quitting. That'll be a good, like, one of the weeks that I want to watch TV with you guys. We can, like, compile everyone's BuzzFeed quitting stories. Like, we'll pick a couple of their best videos, talk about them, and then watch their Why I Quit BuzzFeed videos. Do you guys remember when that was taking over? So, Gabbie Hanna has been involved in a number of feuds, but a long-running one is with Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas has nearly 5 million subscribers. They were both a part of David Dobrik's vlog squad. Trisha was dating that creepy guy, Nate. What was his name? Jason Nash. Did I make that up? I feel like I'm combining Jason with Nash Greer. Is his name Jason Nash? And he's like a sad, middle-aged man that hangs out with teenagers on the internet. Yeah, Jason Nash. It's right there. There we go. So Paytas left the vlog squad because she and Jason broke up. So that's why she left. And then in November 2019, Trisha Paytas uploaded a video titled, "Why I Don't Trust Gabbie Hanna." Which is so real. And in the video, Trisha Paytas said that Gabbie Hanna told Jason Nash that Trisha had herpes. And Trisha was like, she's spreading rumors about me. That's not true. So that's like very mean to say about someone. Whether it's true or not really your business. Like, especially because they were in a relationship. Like, really not your place to speak on. And apparently it wasn't accurate. Trisha Paytas denied the diagnosis and accused Gabbie Hanna of harassing and slandering them in a now deleted YouTube video. I'm sure it's somewhere out there on the internet, but I couldn't find it, but I didn't try that hard. Hanna acknowledged that she made the comments and said it was because she wanted to protect Jason. So she was like, that's my friend. Like, I just wanted to protect my friend. He's always begging on live. That's so sad. Do you guys think if I invited him on this stream, he would come? I think this is evil, but I think we might need to do it. We do the history of Jason Nash, and then I call him. And, like, he's there. I think he would show up. Not unless you paid him. I'm not paying him. I think he might do it for free clout. Like, imagine I'm like, can you dress up as him during the interview? That is such a good idea. Oh my God, cameo him? I'd crowdfund that. I don't want him to have money, is the thing. It's not that I need the money, which I kind of do. I don't have that much money, but it's that I don't want money to go to him. But imagine if I was like, I do a stream where we like talk about different internet celebrities. You're the highlight of the week. We'd love to have you on. And then he gets here and it's like, 40-year-old man hangs out with teenagers, just like hit after hit after hit. I simply could not stomach him. I don't think I could handle him being here the whole time. Maybe we like call him at the beginning and then we're like, okay, bye-bye. I think he smells. Well, I'm not going to invite him to my house. I would like FaceTime him and then like screen share it with you guys. Okay, let me think on that. Let me percolate on that for a little bit. Oh my God. You guys know how I was telling you that I would always see that kid. Sorry, I just saw someone outside and it distracted me. How I told you I would always see that kid like running around like near my house. Today, I saw him hanging out with a new group of kids that just moved in. And I was like, that's what it's all about, baby. Because I always felt bad. I would always see him playing by himself, but he was with these 2 other new kids. I'm so like, nobody's getting away with nothing on my blog. This is why I need to go back to work. Because I'm like, getting too involved in things. So anyway, she wrote in a now deleted tweet, "It wasn't my business to know if Trisha had herpes. I had no reason for her to tell me. It was my business to warn a friend that he might be at risk. Know what I mean? Asking her would be gossip. Telling him to be safe and find out is caring for his health." Why would you tweet that? I did not see Cody Brown on Special Forces. I did see the new episode of Sister Wives. I'm trying to figure out a way to watch Special Forces. How do you guys watch it? Is it on a streaming service? Because I don't have cable. Oh, wait, I do have cable. I forgot. I have a family member's, and you can like log in and watch cable. What a way to tweet a whole lot of nothing. And the way she says, if I asked her, that would be gossip. That's inherently not gossip. Like you going to the source and asking them in a private conversation when it's about them is quite literally the opposite of gossip. Because she could have gone to Trisha and been like, listen, I know this isn't my business, but I heard this rumor and I'm just concerned about everyone's health and my friend. So I just want to tell you that this rumor is going around and like that's my piece on it. That could have been done so easily. But let me know if Special Forces is on any streaming services. That'll probably be easier for me. So She tried but failed to clear the air with Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas tweeted, "Hey, at Gabbie Hanna, you're the most delusional piece of shit I've ever come across. Your delusions are scary. Please seek help before this escalates and you end up hurting someone or yourself." They kind of had this back and forth of like saying things about each other, then deleting it, then saying things about each other. So that's why I didn't get into like every single little detail of this, also because there was just like so much happening. But that is kind of like the origin and the main context of their beef from what I know. If anyone knows anything else, feel free to jump in. Not YouTubers, but please do Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I've done Lisa Barlow. Have I done Mary? Mary's on my list. I don't think I've done her. Heather. I should do Heather. Okay, I'll write that down. How did I miss what tonight's live was? Well, you're here now, and we kind of just started. Heather, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Is that on tonight? Why did I not know you did this? Oh, you're from TikTok. I finally fixed TikTok. For a long time, we couldn't see you guys. Sorry. Who's here? Cool. All right. Anyway, Paytas tagged Hanna in that tweet saying, "You're the most delusional, blah, 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 blah." And then another tweet from Trisha Paytas' account in April 2021 called her delusional again and said that she blocked her everywhere. So like I said, it's just kind of like an ongoing beef over time. In February of 2021, Hanna invited Trisha Paytas on her podcast to try and clear the air, but accused Gabbie Hanna of editing the conversation to suit her narrative. So these people just don't like each other. Like, they literally just don't like each other. This is kind of a general timeline. So the first YouTube video was on the Frenemies podcast, and this is also, she talked about Jessi Smiles, which we're about to get into, where basically Trisha was just like, Gabbie Hanna sucks, Gabbie Hanna is shady, like, this is not good. If you are not familiar, sorry, someone was like driving really fast outside. I told you guys, I'm like neighborhood watching this bitch. If you are not familiar with the Frenemies podcast, it was like a very specific moment in time, and it was there for me when I needed it, and I was sad for it to end, but I'm kind of glad it ended. So after Trisha Paytas left Frenemies in a super dramatic way, spoiler alert on that, sorry, but it was years ago. I can't believe that was years ago. Hanna, like, once again, Gabbie Hanna again was like, she's this, she's that. Like, it seemed like Gabbie Hanna was just looking for opportunities to talk about this, but then Gabbie Hanna would be like, oh, I want to clear the air, I want to clear the air. So in my opinion, it was just like a whole lot of bullshit, and like it stemmed from Gabbie Hanna gossiping and being shady, and then like there were multiple opportunities to resolve it. But think about these two people. Both of these people are known for having like long ongoing feuds. So if anyone thought they were gonna like come to a nice little happy moment together, I don't know about that. So that's all the Trisha stuff that I found, but I feel like there was way more that happened. So if you have anything else to add, feel free to jump in. And maybe I'll get into it more in the Trisha stream. Brittany Broski stream, is she a YouTuber? She is, but I don't consume enough of her content, so I don't really know. Could I talk about her? Maybe. I like her. I actually saw her live one time. She was really funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like she's newer on the internet. I like people like this, that there's like years of their career to dissect. So maybe I'll do Brittany Broski later. When is the Trisha stream? Who knows? Who knows? It's at some time. I stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, so it's a different topic every week. Next week is the rise of Christian nationalism, so pretty hard left, but sometimes we're serious around here. Sometimes we're serious. So this isn't good. Gabbie Hanna faced widespread backlash when she shared an image of a girl who had been murdered in a YouTube video. She posted a YouTube video titled "Turning Myself into an E-Girl." E-Girl is like a aesthetic that was kind of recent on social media, where it's like a little bit scene, a little bit emo, a little bit anime, like a little bit of everything, just like an online girl. In the video, Hanna showed a screenshot of a Vox article about the e-girl aesthetic that included an Instagram image of an influencer, Bianca Devins, but apparently Bianca Devins had been murdered, which is incredibly sad. I had not heard of this before. In a clip that has been re-uploaded online, Hanna comments on the shirt Devins is wearing in a picture of the article without addressing that information about her murder was written next to the image. So it's not like she was like, oh, I saw this picture of a shirt and I like the shirt, and she didn't realize where the picture came from. That to me would be like an understandable mistake. The text was literally right there and she didn't notice it, which, like, as someone who posts a ton of things on the internet, I will grant a little bit of grace here because, like, it's really easy when you're, like, making and consuming so much content to, like, not really pay attention to what's going on, which is, like, not good. Like, I see how this happened, but it's still not great. I knew Bianca Devins. I'm friends with her mom on Facebook. It's a really sad story. That is really sad. Literacy crisis in action. No, for real. Like, she just didn't read it, which is... She faced intense backlash of showing this image without context, and people said it was insensitive. I do think this is incredibly insensitive. People demanded that she apologized. In the apology video, she said she completely missed the paragraph, and she sent a private apology to the family. The video is no longer available. It says it was made private. So this, to me, was like a human error that's not good and mean and harmful and, like, can create real turmoil for people. So it's not okay. But I feel like if another person did this, people wouldn't have been as upset. I think because Gabbie Hanna had, like, a history of being insensitive, that's why people, like, were really offended at this. I think if other influencers had done this, people might have been a little more forgiving, or, like, less people would have jumped onto it, because it does seem just like a genuine error. It's careless and it's unprofessional, and if this is your profession, that's unprofessional. But, like, everyone's human, everyone makes mistakes at work, and, like, everyone does unprofessional things sometimes, whether intentionally or not. But that's a good way to say it. She's a chronic mark misser. It's like, if Jenna Marbles did this, I feel like people would have been much more forgiving because Jenna Marbles, like, hasn't done stuff like that before. But it's, like, unfortunately really on brand for Gabbie Hanna. So lots of people covered the backlash over this. Angela Oles, who had previously criticized Hanna for her feud with Rachel Oates, if you remember, it was about, like, the poetry thing that we talked about last week. Basically, Rachel Oates said Gabbie Hanna's poetry was bad, and then Gabbie Hanna, like, freaked the fuck out. And, like, sent her fans going after Rachel. It was, like, really intense. So a year later, Oles feuded with Hanna on Twitter again, calling Hanna a bully for lashing out at Oates. During the feud, Hanna refuted to Oles' criticism of her e-girl video. In now deleted tweets seen by Insider, Hanna accused Oles of ignoring calls from Devin's mother, who was purportedly hurt by Oles' coverage of Hanna's video. So, like, I really don't like these people for this. Like, I'll be honest, I do not like the way that this is shaking out, because, like, at the end of the day, a girl was tragically murdered, and, like, you continuing to talk about it and make content about it and address it, I guess I'm doing that right now too, but the fact that they, like, fresh off when it happened, were just, like, still going after it, and especially because these people had already made content of, like, making fun of and feuding with Gabbie Hanna, it just feels like they were waiting for Gabbie Hanna to slip up, and, like, they're like, how do I exploit this moment that Gabbie Hanna slipped up, rather than being like, this is a genuinely sad story, I shouldn't be talking about it unless I'm doing it in a mindful way. And it doesn't seem like they were doing it in a mindful way. Like, I like to think I'm doing it in a mindful way, but I guess if her parents don't want people talking about it, I should probably not be talking about it. But did they say that? I looked it up and I didn't really see it. I think they just didn't like people making, like, so many dedicated videos to it. And so, yeah, if an influencer fucks up and it puts genuine people's feelings and families, like, in a bad place, you being like, look what they did, and bringing more attention to it is, like, you're not coming across as, like, the beacon of stability and love that you think you are. So, and the other thing is, Oles tweeted that she was never contacted by the family, and then she did not respond to Insider's request for comments. So I don't know. This all just feels like a lot of people being on top of this really sad, tragic situation. So Hanna lashed out at multiple YouTube drama channels saying they need to be held accountable for the way that they've spoken about her. In June 2021, she posted a video titled "Hold T Channels Accountable and Justice for Bianca Devin." So then it seemed like the family asked you to stop talking about it, and she's just still talking about it. That's what, like she didn't have to keep bringing this young woman up. She reported that she defended her response to the backlash. So like she's still not really doing great here. And she said that the drama channels have created a culture of exploitation, mental abuse, and gaslighting. And then eventually the mother of the girl tweeted that she did think Gabbie Hanna deserved an apology after being attacked by these drama channels. So the whole thing is just like a lot to me. Like, this situation is incredibly sad. I think a lot of people handled it very, 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 very poorly. And it's just not ideal. And I hate that this family probably got like re-traumatized from it. But I guess it's good that it seems like the girl's mom and Gabbie Hanna got on the same page. But I kind of think the drama channels, like, and I think this is true of a lot of drama channels, they really just like to capitalize on people's suffering and people being like canceled and called out. And I think it's just kind of a lazy form of content, in my opinion, which some might say this is that same thing, but I don't know. To me, it feels different. So this is not about that situation and that girl, because in my opinion, if she truly cared about that situation, she would have done like meaningful work to help victims. You know what I mean? But instead she like went after drama channels. So it's like, okay, you're only going after the thing that affects you, rather than being like, I made a mistake, let me bring awareness to like violence against women and these things that happen, and going that direction. So a lot of this video, she's just talking about drama channels and things that have nothing to do with that girl's tragic murder, even though that situation kind of spurred this. So I don't want to say we're like moving past that, but this is about drama channels in general, not about that specific situation, is what I'm trying to make clear. Drama channels are like the paparazzis of influencer. That's a great way to describe it. It really, really reminds me of when Britney Spears was being like chased by paparazzi like constantly, and was in very, very many real dangerous situations with her small children because of paparazzi. That's incredibly sad to me, and drama channels kind of give that same vibe, in my opinion.
Fuck you! Is they will deflect onto you as hard as you can. Point the finger, pull the trigger, throw them off your trail. You'll get yours eventually. Straight up, everybody, go back and listen to Glass House again.
They were like, why are you still going at this girl? Like, relentlessly. She can't fucking stop. And it's
They're
because
rage
when she
baiters.
talks about me, she gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views. And then she posts a little makeup get ready with me and gets 4,000. That's why she cares about my art. She's not a fucking artist.
So you see, this is like just her
because she has no
going after these channels that go after her. This was the height of drama channels too.
I accept my criticism from talented, smart people, not abusive, toxic, exploitative bullies.
And I also think
these are high school fucking bullies
on YouTube.
Just like person on the internet to person on the internet, like, you leaning into it makes it worse. Like, if you don't like what people are saying to you and talking about you, you feeding into them and giving them more things to talk about,
I was thinking sunflower
is like not gonna help the
It was
situation.
something for bloating. It was like sunflower something. Dandelion root. That's what it was.
So this is just kind of like random clips of her during this time, like
I made sure to
2017, 18, 19, 20.
Hey, everybody just calm down. My name is Gabbie. I am a vaudevillian. If I was trapped in the 1940s and I could bring one thing from 20,
I can recognize she can't let it go because she feels wrong, but she should have just put it down. That's what I mean. Like, it seems like she has like an inability to just like let it go and move on.
Get some help.
Summer.
Give me a rough estimate of how many sunburns you have in your life.
When I was younger, I would get sunburnt like relatively a lot.
So you're at a very high risk already.
But like now, I literally don't burn at all.
No, you're very high risk now. That's it.
I'm so much happier tan. I literally think that it's
She does tanning beds too.
Fuck being good. I'm a bad bitch. And I'm sick. A motherfucker's trying to tell me
I
how to live.
I feel so much empathy because, like, that's been me before, and just thankfully it's never been on the internet.
I'm so scared, children.
She handled this as poorly as possible.
What is so scary about me?
She sounds like she's about to start rapping. It seems like she's lacking a personal outlet. And, like, journaling is great.
Mom, can you pick me up?
Journaling, I think journaling is really undervalued.
Myself.
And it opened up my eyes, I saw the sign, life is demanding, without understanding.
But why don't I burn now?
Maybe you stay out less.
Definitely not.
Maybe you wear some sunscreen.
0.
That's why people who are fair skinned and have X number of moles on their body, you know, people who have a lot of freckles.
I have so many moles.
I have a lot. I'm at like a very high risk of skin cancer. It's not good. Was that titty we just saw? And then she's like, I'm so strong. She has like, I didn't really get into this, but there's like a lot with her and like eating and like posting her meals and body stuff and weight stuff. There was just enough for us to talk about that I didn't feel like we needed to get into that.
And I don't want to hear
You can't be bad at journaling.
acting different.
She just needs like real friends.
I've looked at so many times. This does not look normal, but that is cancerous.
How do you know?
Look at it.
Did you ever get a
Look at it.
No, they won't. But they always
Why?
just look at it and they say it's fine. I'm like, look at it. And I went to 3 different doctors. And I'm
Were
like,
they
listen.
dermatologists?
Yes.
Okay, so you're fine. Why are
There's
you worried?
no way.
Diagnoses herself with cancer. It's just a lot.
I called an ENT. Because
And there was a lot
I
with her
had
hair.
Do you have a
problems.
primary care doctor? No. Okay, you should have a primary care doctor.
I just like, why would I ever go there?
Okay, that is kind of a good point, because every time I go to a primary care doctor, they just give me referrals. Like, they won't help you. I guess me and her having that in common is not great. So, like, we all do this. It's fine to do that. It's the fact that it seems like 25/8 is online. Like, everything she's doing is online. Like, we all do this. We all do this. Doing this is not weird. But it just seems like she's really blurring the line between, like, offline and online.
Like, they make me fill out all that paperwork, and then I come in.
100% we read the charts.
None of my doctors read that. Why is my body so crooked? Real talk. Triple D, double D. 9.5, 8.5. Like you guys are seeing, I'm doing this as evenly as possible. And my right hand is so much freaking...
Those few days where she was posting hundreds of times a day
Yes.
was so alarming.
Use me, use me.
And, like,
Wait, that average growth.
I can't imagine living alone and like doing social media, because then you like film anywhere in your house. Like, I have to be conscious of like when a camera's on me, because like I live with my fiance and like, you know what I mean? Like, I have another person in my space. So it like, I'm not, you know what I mean? But I feel like if you lived alone and being like a social media person, you work from home. Like, that's where you do your work. I can completely see how this happened. And I just feel a lot of empathy for it. I just felt like this needed to be in here. It's very short. Most of you are probably familiar with it.
I think you're fat.
Yeah,
It's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you a opinion. I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
So she's not saying that. She's referring to, like, people say that to her. She's, like, pointing out how hypocritical a lot of, like, the tea channels and drama channels are. So let's get into the Jessi Smiles drama. This is going to be a summary. It's a very long, but I'm still skipping a lot. Like, this could be its own stream, so if I leave something out, I'm sorry. She had a boyfriend at this time, didn't she? That's one thing I will say. It doesn't seem like her romantic life was really the centerpiece of her content. So she did have, and we'll talk about, a couple different relationships at different points in times, but her relationships were never like at the forefront of her drama or of her like content or career or whatever. So Jessi Smiles drama. Gabbie Hanna posted nearly 8 hours of content on YouTube in the past 2 weeks, including a full 3-hour phone call that she said took place between her and Jessi Smiles in June of 2020. The information overload on YouTube is a part of her series, The Confessions of a Washed Up YouTube Has-Been. So that title tells me we're not in a great place mentally. In which Hanna painstakingly recounts her side of scandals she's been involved in, both privately and publicly, over the past 7 years. So her drama with Smiles, Jessi, is one of her most famous feuds. It goes back to 2014 when Hanna tweeted that she was skeptical of, trigger warning, sexual assault if you don't know about this. She was skeptical of Jessi's rape allegations against an ex-boyfriend. I think his name was Curtis. Am I right? But the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend was later found guilty of assault. Jessi responded to Hanna leaking the phone call with, "Gabbie Hanna will never stop," and an hour and 20-minute long plea for her to stop talking about the 2014 rape case. Hanna shared the full recording of that conversation after Jessi had leaked portions of it online. Curtis Lepore, thank you. So Jessi had put out little bits of it. Gabbie released the whole 3 hours. Jessi declined to comment for the article. Gabbie Hanna also declined to comment. This is one really long article detailing the feud between them. So here's what led to Hanna posting the 3-hour phone call, which Jessi did say was real. So Gabbie and Jessi's relationship began in 2014. They began during the Vine era. So they were blowing up. They moved to LA. They were making it big as influencers. Jessi had 1 million followers on Vine within 4 weeks by August 2013 and was in a relationship with another Vine star, Curtis Lepore. If you remember them meeting, they were like internet friends, and then they met each other at a meetup and started dating immediately. So it was like a lot. Like, it was not an organic relationship. I mean, I guess it kind of was, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, from the jump, it was very public. That's what I mean by non-organic. Like, it's not like they had a private organic relationship and then became famous. They like very much met each other in the context of Vine and fame. Curtis Lepore was arrested in October 2013 after he admitted to raping Jessi on a call that was recorded by the police. He later took a plea deal on a charge of felony assault, and the charge was dropped to a misdemeanor within months later. So that's very typical. Even though he literally confessed on tape, still got dropped to a misdemeanor. This is why when people say like, oh, fake allegations, who the fuck is making fake allegations? Because even real allegations don't even really get punished. So what's the point? In a 2019, Jessi said that she hit her head and got a concussion while filming a video, and then Curtis Lepore raped her while she was asleep. And then December 2019, he made a public statement on Twitter about the event. TMZ broke the news in 2014. That day, Gabbie Hanna tweeted multiple times about the situation. So like, from the jump, no. From the jump, no. The day it was publicized, Gabbie Hanna made multiple tweets. Multiple. The only tweet you should have made is like, I stand with all victims of assault. This is not right. Where was I? Sorry, the chat was distracting me. At the time, Gabbie Hanna had not met Curtis Lepore or Jessi Smiles and was still working in a sales job in her Pennsylvania hometown. But she did have 200,000 followers on Vine. So what that reads to me is she's talking about this like famous person's situation, but you have 200,000 followers. You are a creator at that point in time. In my opinion, even though they had more followers, they were your peers. So like, that was not right for her to be tweeting about it. I just don't like this. I think that famous people and influencers need a partner that is not online as a non-famous person to keep them grounded. Seeing who hung out with Curtis post-assault was very, very telling, especially like, he literally admitted it on tape. Hanna allegedly tweeted that she didn't believe Jessi because thousands of girls had cried rape in her hometown, but she deleted that tweet later that day. She also responded to Curtis's tweets and said, "Beware, beware, beware of a woman with a broken heart," a lyric that was popular on Vine at the time, whatever that fucking means. And then a screenshot of the tweet referencing the girls who cried rape has never been publicized. An insider couldn't obtain it, but Gabbie Hanna confirmed that it existed in that 2020 phone call. In the same conversation, Hanna said that in 2019, she didn't remember the tweet. So, interesting. She's not a girl's girl. She really just isn't. According to Hanna's comments on the recording of 2020, those tweets came after Jessi blocked her and left a negative comment about her on Vine after Gabbie Hanna made a video saying she'd take Jessi's crown, which that's fucking weird. Like, overall, she's so in the wrong here. And Jessi did confirm that. Hanna also said that her tweet was referencing a male friend of hers who was falsely accused of rape. Yeah. It's always a male friend. 3 months later, March 2014, Hanna and Vasquez met each other for the first time at a Vine meetup in New York City. According to the call recording, both women said that Gabbie Hanna apologized to Jessi and that Jessi accepted the apology. Hanna moved to LA later that year, and the two became best friends and lived together for a period of time, they said on the call. And then Hanna said that she had a conversation with Curtis Lepore about Jessi in 2015. So that's fucking crazy. That is insane. I don't know why Jessi would choose to live with her and be friends with her. I'm not going to judge or speak on it because I don't know every detail of the situation. But this is not a girl's girl. Like, very much be alert, be awake, and be aware. According to Hanna and Vasquez on the call, their friendship started to fall apart in early 2015. Jessi said that she attended a retreat that caused her to have a major epiphany and said that she decided to text Hanna and end their friendship. Good. Hanna said on the 2020 call that Jessi made comments about Hanna using her for social media success and money. Jessi said that she didn't feel that way, but said that she may have felt used at the time. Also during the 2020 call, Hanna said that she had become friends with Jenna Marbles, and Hanna said that Jessi made comments about her hanging out with people who had more followers than Jessi. Jessi denied making those comments or caring about subscriber counts. So it's really just like, it's nasty and it's drama, and I don't like this. Around this time, Hanna said on the call that an unnamed mutual friend gave Curtis Lepore her number. She said that Curtis Lepore called her in 2015 on FaceTime, and Gabbie answered because she didn't recognize the phone number. I have my phone set to where if I don't have the number saved, it automatically silences the call. So I would suggest Gabbie do that as well. Hanna said that Lepore asked her if he could tell his version of the events. You admitted it to the police! That was your version! Ugh. Hanna said that she listened to Curtis and said his retelling matched Jessi's. Previously, then what was the point? What was the point? A lot of you from TikTok tonight are saying you didn't know I do deep dives. I've been doing this for 3 years, baby, and I don't say that as you should know. I say that as excitement because there's so much on YouTube for you to watch. We've had some really good ones over the years. Where was I? Previously, a 2019 expose about Gabbie Hanna on Jessi's channel. Jessi described this interaction happening at in person at a party that Hanna attended with Curtis Lepore's friend. But on the 2020 call, Gabbie Hanna told Jessi that the FaceTime took place in addition to their interaction at a party. Curtis Lepore did not respond to this, and then Gabbie Hanna accused Curtis and Jessi of blackmailing her. So it seems like Gabbie Hanna is just very much like victim mindset. Like, whatever's happening to her, she is the victim in it from her perspective. After the FaceTime call with Curtis, Hanna alleged in the phone call that Jessi that Curtis tried to blackmail her. She said that Curtis recorded the call and edited Hanna together saying, "I believe you," and Jessi is a liar, said it sounded like she would defend him. That's maybe why we don't talk to these kinds of people. Hanna also said that Curtis asked Hanna to publicly defend him or else he would leak the call. Hanna did not defend him and he didn't leak anything. Hanna said that on the call, she told Jessi about the FaceTime with Curtis, and while Jessi maintained she heard about the details of the call for the first time in 2020, Gabbie said that she had 3 more interactions with Curtis after the FaceTime and showed text messages of Curtis asking her to be in a video with him in November of 2016. In the messages, Hanna asked when because she's leaving to go on tour, so she didn't say no. She said, "I can't because I'm going on tour." She didn't say, "No, you're a rapist, so I'm not going to be in a video with you." And I think that's really the whole problem here. Hanna said she responded because she was afraid of Curtis Lepore blackmailing her. She also said she was at 2 influencer events with Curtis at some point after the FaceTime. At one event in Hollywood, she said that Curtis took a selfie with her. She asked him to delete it later that night. That's like, oh my God, why are you always around him? I wonder how long it'll take for her to be the victim in her trad wife marriage. Don't spoil it for people. Where was I? Jessi showed text messages from Curtis that contradict what Gabbie Hanna said. This whole thing is a mess. I don't know why any of these people are talking to each other, and I really don't like it. And then for 2 years after this, Gabbie Hanna and Jessi talked about each other online without naming names. So you can kind of see it's like the beef is very entangled of like, I don't want to say I don't know what it is, because it goes back to Gabbie defending a rapist, kind of. Not defending, but Gabbie associating with a rapist. So like, that's the original beef, but it's like, so for there to be a 3-hour phone call, you know when you have a problem with someone and you've just like talked it to death and like clearly it's just not happening. And that's what I see here. Gabbie just like deeply doesn't understand why this is a problem, and it seems like she keeps trying to defend herself, which is making it worse, which is making the problem bigger, and it's just creating like a negative feedback loop. So during the leaked call in 2020, Gabbie said that Jessi made videos about her without naming her, tweeted about her without naming her, and liked tweets about her. Gabbie alleged the social media interactions brought negative attention. Jessi on the call said that her public subtweets and references to Gabbie were in response to Gabbie doing this to her privately as well as publicly. In a video called I Stole My Best Friend's Boyfriend, Gabbie Hanna said she had no bad blood with the ex-friend she was describing. She called the ex-friend a crazy bitch, emotionally unstable and neurotic and psychotic. Similarly, in August 2016, Jessi made a story time, which she later confirmed was about Gabbie. So they're making videos about each other. This is really just like a hot mess express. Did they live in the same hometown? I don't think they did live in the same hometown. It was just like they met through Vine, I think. I remember Gabbie hating Jessi, so that's probably why. Jessi said that Gabbie also reached out to Jessi's ex-boyfriend, the one that the story time was about, on OkCupid, of all websites. The ex-boyfriend was not Curtis. It was a different guy. So, like, that's also fucking weird. What you heard is that when this happened, Gabbie still lived in her hometown. These people were living in LA. Gabbie lived in her hometown and then later moved to LA, and the drama got even worse after that. Hanna said that the ex-boyfriend would vent about Jessi, and Hanna suggested that they have sex to spite Jessi. Apparently they did not have sex. Like we shouldn't know any of this. Like, the fact that this is in an article, we should not know this. So they're both basically talking about each other a lot. They said that they were on good terms privately in 2017, but then in 2019, the feud exploded. So obviously the phone call came out later, but a lot of what we know is from the phone call. That's why the timeline on this is like a little bit funky and weird. So in a February 2019 video, Jessi said that she and Gabbie Hanna both hurt each other. They were not good friends to each other. Hanna said in a recent YouTube video that she wanted the information removed from Jessi's video. 8 months later, this is when she was feuding with Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas was using they, them pronouns. I don't know if she still is or they still are. I think she said, or she or they said they use both. They, being Trisha Paytas, have changed a few times. So I'm trying to do right here, but sorry if I'm not up to date. So that drama was going on. So a little bit in here is about the Trisha Paytas of it all. And so that's why I did Trisha Paytas' first, even though it came a little bit later in the timeline. There was a video, why I don't trust Gabbie Hanna. Basically, this is just to show like repeated behavior of what's going on here. As Insider reported, Hanna started DMing messages to a Twitter user whose name is Deanna, telling her that she never tweeted in support of Curtis Lepore. Deanna told Insider that she felt Hanna was being manipulative. Deanna tweeted an apology for her tweet about Gabbie Hanna, but Jen Dent noticed and connected Deanna with Jessi, who subsequently posted a video called Gabbie Hanna Needs to Be Stopped. So, like, it's very messy. And if you're confused, I'm confused too. Later on the 2020 call, Gabbie said that it was Jessi's fault that Gabbie was being called a rape apologist and being told that she had collaborated with Curtis. Jessi didn't call Hanna a rape apologist or say that she collaborated with Curtis. So basically it seems like what Gabbie does is when she has like negative public reaction to something, whoever is involved in that thing, she's like, it's your fault the public is mad at me. Rather than being like, oh, thousands of people are mad at me, maybe I did something wrong. She like victimizes herself to it being the other person's fault. Gabbie also described Jessi's video as a disproportionate reaction to Gabbie having a conversation with a former fan. Also on the call, Jessi confronted Hanna about whether she had actually tweeted that in 2014, which she said she did. By the time the call took place, Hanna had publicly and privately denied the tweets existed, but then noted it on the call. And she even falsely claimed that all tweets would have been archived on the internet's Wayback Machine, but the database does not have any screenshots of any of Hanna's tweets pre-2019. It's like volleyball for her. She can't walk away. In the 2020 call, she denied that she had been lying. She said that any mention of the tweets was deflection. She said that Jessi slandered and abused her to ruin her career, so like very much victimizing herself. Yeah, this is a lot. Some of this is getting a little repetitive, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. But Gabbie Hanna did start calling Jessi an abuser and claimed that Jessi pressured a teen fan for a video, and Jessi denied that on Twitter and claimed that Gabbie claimed that Jessi had abused her. So this is just a lot. I'm glad I stopped watching her before all this happened. Same. This culminated in a widely memed podcast that Hanna posted hours before the leaked phone call took place, where she called Jessi high school fucking bully. You guys know this thing that we watched, and said it was a hate campaign. Later that day on the 3-hour phone call, Gabbie accused Jessi of putting negative videos out about her while she released music in order to derail her career. This is a lot. And then Gabbie said that she wants Jessi to help her fix her tarnished reputation. And Gabbie Hanna said on the call, I damn near killed myself because she was being called a rape apologist. So like, this is just a lot. How much more of this do we have left? I'm stressed. Okay, there's only like 2 slides left, thank God, because this was like too much for me. I want to see you with all your 40 million tabs about Gabbie Hanna researching for this. It was hard. So by the end of the call, Gabbie Hanna told Jessi that she was considering suing her, but didn't want to take food out of her kid's mouth. And Gabbie said that unless Jessi put out a statement saying she never should have made her November 2019 expose that contained inaccuracies, Hanna would pursue legal action. So she's like, I want to sue you, but I'm not going to. But if you don't do what I want, then I am going to sue you, which makes no sense. It's unlikely that Gabbie would ever be able to sue for this, just because there's a statute of limitations. So it's just not realistic. And Jessi said in a recent video, this is an old article, that Hanna called her again on July 2nd, 2020, and threatened to release 2 podcasts that contained evidence, including private emails and text messages between Gabbie and Jessi that Gabbie said would hurt Jessi, according to the purported text from Hanna that Jessi showed in her video. Gabbie Hanna wanted Jessi's friends to stop tweeting about her, or she said she would release the videos, and Jessi said that she blocked Gabbie Hanna at that point and severed communication, which I think is the right move. Like, at this point, it's just never getting better. Like, it's been years of back and forth about this, and it just doesn't seem like Gabbie Hanna was going to like admit that she was in the wrong or that she made mistakes. August 18th, 2020, Gabbie posted a video titled I'm Back, where she referred to Jessi as someone who abused her. Jessi did not respond to this. And aside from several tweets denying the claims, Jessi did not speak out about Gabbie again until June 7th, 2021. In between, Gabbie appeared on Drama Alert, the YouTube channel hosted by Keemstar, who has publicly argued against Jessi's rape allegations. Gabbie declined to talk about Jessi on Drama Alert, but Keemstar called the 2019 expose opportunistic. So, like, you're mad that people are calling you a rape apologist, so you decide to go on a podcast with a rape apologist? Like, it's not adding up for me, personally. Just curious, anyone know how long it takes her to put together slides for stream? It's done so well. Anywhere between, like, 1 to 5 hours. This one took about 4. This was a tough one. Like, I would say 2 hours is normal. 2 to 3. Once it starts getting 4 to 5, that's a tough topic. So Jessi, like we said, released portions of it, but then Gabbie released the entire thing. And it just seems like they never really resolved this. Gabbie is resolute that this is why her YouTube career faded and she became tabloid fodder. So that was a lot. I hope I gave you the correct level of detail. I wanted to give a lot of detail because it was really intense and complicated, but I didn't feel the need to go through every individual tweet and screenshot that was posted because both of them posted so much about each other. And I just feel as though this whole thing never should have happened. You know what it just, obviously the sexual assault never should have happened, but like, that was very weird and gross. I feel really bad for Jessi, but I think Jessi did the right thing by severing communication and being like, I'm not addressing this. I think it probably would have been a lot better for Jessi if she had done that a lot earlier, but hindsight's 2020. I get it when people are talking about this. I don't know. It's just like, I hate how Gabbie kept like victimizing herself in the situation when Jessi is the real victim in the situation. Jessi was the victim of sexual assault, and Jessi like is continuously getting re-victimized by it being brought up again, because every time it's brought up, people are denying it and gaslighting her. If anyone's on Gabbie's side, go listen to the full phone call. It's disgusting. Yeah, just like the whole thing is like really gross and weird, and I don't like it. And I debated including it, but I know that like a lot of people think of this when you say Gabbie Hanna, so I felt like I kind of had to include it. But this is just a good reminder to all of us that like, if someone tells you they were sexually assaulted, there's nothing you should say other than like, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Is there anything I can do to support you? Like anything other than that is just like not good. And like her being like, oh, well, I didn't even talk to him. We would just text it. It wasn't a call, of her being like, it was a FaceTime. It wasn't a FaceTime. Like, no, you just needed to apologize. You handled the situation poorly and you just needed to apologize. Gabbie's just a mean girl cosplaying as a girl's girl. I don't even think she's cosplaying as a girl's girl. I don't even think she's doing a good enough job of that. So the rest of the stuff about her is like pretty anticlimactic, except for her manic episode that we watched a little bit of in that video. But the rest of it is like not very heavy. So I just wanted to like take a moment to be like, wow, that was fucked up. I love Jessi's podcast now. She's thriving. Yes, it does seem like Jessi has gone on to like have a good career and like move past this, which I think is really admirable, because to have such a public sexual assault very early in your career would suck. Sexual assault always sucks, but for it to be commented on by like literally hundreds of thousands of people, I can't imagine makes it easier to go through. At one point, Gabbie says she won't talking about Jessi's situation until Jessi clears her name. It's baffling to hear. Yeah. So, like, Gabbie's like, they're blackmailing me, but, like, Gabbie's low-key blackmailing them. So a bunch of people sent me stuff saying that she was being super insane about her hair color. I found a few clips of her being like, my hair used to be so long, I miss my hair, and she changed her hair a ton of times, but I couldn't really find any like legitimate sources or like long form content about it. But someone did DM me this. Where do I start? I was in a Twitter group chat with her as a 12-year-old, and she yelled at me over DM because I somehow found out what hair color she had dyed her hair and told one other person. So that's awesome. Gabbie Hanna's fighting teenagers, not even teenagers, 12-year-olds, in her DMs about hair color. And multiple people said like she was insane about her hair. She wouldn't want people to know about her hair and what she was doing to her hair. It's just getting very unwell. Deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender as manipulation tactics. That behavior was insane. Believe survivors, not the preteens. The preteens are always being victimized by YouTubers. Like, first it was Miranda Sings, and now this. The poor preteens. I think someone brought this up earlier. Amid the ongoing drama of the, like, Jessi Smiles of it all, Some people rediscovered a video that she had uploaded years ago talking about her most embarrassing secrets. One of these secrets including faking a romantic relationship with Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham is a comedian who's very successful. He's not really like a social media comedian. He does have social media, but like he does like shows in real life. Like he's more of like a real, not that the internet's not real, but you get what I'm saying. Hannah created a fake Facebook account posing as Bo Burnham, photoshopped herself in a picture with him, set it as the profile picture, and then accepted the relationship request from the fake account to her personal profile. So that's not normal. This video is from 2021, but it's about the old stuff.
I just watched the new Bo Burnham special, and I can't stop thinking about how Gabbie Hanna stalked Bo Burnham when she was in college. She made a storytime video about it. It's still on her channel, called My Embarrassing Secrets. Basically, she lied to all of her friends when she was in college and said that she was dating Bo Burnham. She even created a fake Bo Burnham Facebook profile and set it so that they were dating with a fake profile picture that she photoshopped. She would use the account to like her pictures, and people actually thought that they were dating.
Keep in mind, this was a long time ago, so it was like earlier internet time and like easier to fake stuff like that, and people were, I think, like a little more gullible.
She eventually went to a meet and greet of his where she gave him her phone number on a fortune cookie. She hit on him a lot, and it was really uncomfortable for everybody involved. But when she was there, she got an actual picture of them together, and of course she changed the profile picture of the fake Facebook account so it looked even more real. It got to a point where fans of Bo's thought they were actually dating, and they edited Bo Burnham's Wikipedia page to say that he was dating Gabrielle Jeanette Hanna. In the video, she's like, "Oh my god, this is so cringy, I can't believe I did that," but like, we believe it, Gabbie.
I need to hear from her sorority sisters. That's a phenomenal point. So that was so random, but like, cause it came out during that time, that's why I put it there, and I just don't like it. And her Confessions of a Washed Up YouTube Has-Been series was very poorly received. Various content creators mentioned in the series made videos disputing this. And then in 2021, Gabbie announced that she was going offline entirely in a lengthy caption underneath a video showing her singing in a bathtub. In the caption, she discusses the criticism of her series and her mental health, saying, "In starting the series, I was also just starting treatment." Like, then if you're just starting treatment, don't post a long ass series like that. Like, who is providing this treatment? Who's providing it? Is this a Patreon chat on the screen? No, it's like an anyone chat. I think TikTok doesn't come up on the chat. I think just Twitch maybe comes up on the screen, and maybe YouTube. I don't know. I really can't say. She literally used it to dump on people and play victim again. That's why. So in the I already read that, sorry. She said, "As I was editing, I was able to look back at situations I was describing and recognize how my lack of understanding and treatment exacerbated otherwise trivial situations. I began medicating shortly after I finished filming, and it changed my life." Like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hannah stopped posting her typical lifestyle content on YouTube, but continued to post new music on the platform over the following months. And then in early 2022, she briefly co-hosted a podcast with reality star Farrah Abraham. I couldn't even get into this, and my brain was like, I can't even go there because we already had so many slides. Hence why this is 2 parts. Farrah Abraham was from 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom. So like, I don't know why that was happening. I meant to put like a picture of it or something. Let me find something online of this. Gabbie Hanna, Farrah Abraham. It was called a monthly mental health podcast called Mental. Okay. So that was very short-lived. I think they only had 1 episode. Okay, here, I'll show you the picture. There you go. Your disabilities are your superpower. They were made for each other, maybe. Here's an interview that Gabbie did with BuzzFeed in 2021. I deleted a lot of portions of this because some of it was explaining the Trisha situation and the Jessi situation. So I just left in the stuff that like wasn't about that, but I kind of liked the journalism here. And honestly, BuzzFeed does have some good, effective journalism. So this is the BuzzFeed author. When I got to YouTuber Gabbie Hanna's $2.2 million Studio City home in Los Angeles last month, I rang the doorbell and was promptly told to let myself in. Doors open, her boyfriend told me through the intercom. Their 2 cats sitting on a tall scratching post barely lifted their heads, leaving me to walk through Hannah's home on my own, hoping to find her. She wasn't in the living room, which had a framed print of the word cunt written in cursive sitting next to an emerald couch. And she wasn't in one of the 2 recording studios in her home where she records her podcast of Burnout with Gabbie Hanna, one of which is decorated with awards from YouTube and a framed printout of her placement on the New York Times bestseller list. I finally found her upstairs in her bedroom getting her makeup done for our photo shoot, wearing cutoff jeans and a vintage Queen t-shirt, while her publicist, the makeup artist, and the photographer's assistant made a semicircle around her. We made awkward small talk for a few minutes before Gabbie turned to us and said, "Okay, this is a question for the room. What's your most embarrassing moment?" And even though she hadn't met any of us before, including her new publicist, who at no point in the day would allow me to speak to Gabbie alone, we answered. I would give anything to be in this room. What is happening in this room? Where was I? One told her about a recent blackout, another about an interaction with a crush, and you? Gabbie asked me. I mean, come on, buy a girl a drink first. Like, you already had to walk through this person's entire home to try and find them, and then now they're like, what's your most embarrassing moment? I would give anything to talk to this publicist. This is day 1 on the job. Day 1 as Gabbie Hanna's publicist, and BuzzFeed is there to interview her? That's a nightmare. That's literally first day of work nightmare fuel right there. But these days, Gabbie's YouTube channel is largely dormant. I always use people's first names. I know journalists use their last names. I get to use their first names. Her subscribers are down to around 5.7 million. In the last month alone, she's lost 30,000 subscribers. Her latest video is just under 244,000 views, a drop compared to videos earlier that year like My Very Dark Childhood, 1.3 million views, or Trying Lip Filler for the First Time, 2.4 million views. In the last 5 months, she's posted just 1 video, a cover of Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know. So this is like low-key fire. I out of nowhere, this was really good. Well, comparatively. It's not as good as the original. But like, it's not bad. The mannerisms are a lot. Her hair is really damaged, you can tell. To give credit to the publicist, I would also not allow the journalist to speak to her. Imagine working for her. That's hell. Most publicists have multiple clients though, which would make it like a little bit better. I wonder how different the trajectory of her career would be if she only pursued music. She can sing, but she's also over the top constantly. Yeah. She looks good though. She looks like she's in good shape. I wonder what it's like rehearsing with her. God. I can't. This is a good song. I feel like she would still be in horrible drama. So you get it. Pretty good. She's not bad. This is pretty good. Low-key a Trisha Paytas arc. So I skipped over a really long paragraph talking about Trisha Paytas and other random lore and the makeup brushes and all of that. But the paragraph ended with this just like random aside that caught my attention. Gabbie Hanna also had to apologize for tweeting, "If I could be any animal, I'd be Beyonce." You know that song because it's a very famous song that Gabbie covered. It's not her song. It's Alanis Morissette's song. What do you mean if I could be any animal, I'd be Beyonce? Like, no one made you tweet that. Like, what? So the paragraph that we skipped didn't talk about this at all, and then it wasn't addressed later. So as random as it felt to you, that's how it, like, the microaggressions. This is macro to me. This is pretty overt. What did she mean by that? It does sound racist. It does sound racist. I'm not into it. This is still that same article. Then in 2019, she became embroiled in her most serious controversy with Jessi Smiles, Jessie Vasquez. Curtis didn't respond to an interview for this either. She was labeled as a rape apologist. We know this. She said, "Who didn't I apologize to? I gave Jessi Smiles an apology. I gave Beyonce an apology. It feels like I'm always dishing out apologies and I've never received one. And that to me feels a little chaotic." Oh, that's chaotic, all right. She's like, everyone's always mad at me. Weird. A Beyonce is horrifying. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. I'd be a Beyonce. You're right. It didn't just say I'd be Beyonce. It said a Beyonce. It's not funny, but I'm black, so I'm cackling at the audacity. I'm telling you, MLM mean lesbo misandrist, like, why would you tweet that? Why would you tweet that? Like, look inward. Look inside. Like, Jesus Christ. The fact that she's like, I had to apologize to Jessi Smiles and Beyonce. If two people that are so different and never cross paths both hate you because you've offended, well, Beyonce probably doesn't even know or care about this. I'm sure Beyonce doesn't keep up with these things. She has better things to be doing. But still, for both of these people to have a wrong against you, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? No, because a Beyonce made my jaw drop. As if there's more than one. There's one singular Beyonce. Well, actually, I know multiple people. Not know them, but I know that Beyonce as a baby name is a trend. But still, you get what I'm saying. Oh, God, she's the worst. The allegations levied against Hanna range from tedious makeup brushes to sincerely awful, ignored her friend's alleged rape. It was a real rape. He admitted it on tape. They're not worse than those about any of her counterparts. She's a manipulative asshole. Take a number. She's insincere. Who is it? YouTube helps the worst of humanity float to the top and rewards them for their worst behavior. Take instance for Logan Paul. We know about this, the suicide forest. We talked about this in my stream about influencer apologies. So why should Gabbie Hanna be treated any differently? I started on YouTube as being a dramatic, loudmouth, confrontational storyteller, and that was the version of me everybody loved. At some point, I started hiding myself and being silenced because I was so afraid of what people would say. I didn't have anyone backing me. I just wanted to be my fucking self. This is still that same interview. On her bedroom walls hang 2 framed portraits of Freddie Mercury. One of her cats is even named Freddie Percury. The other is Radio Gaga. Those are good cat names. Hanna loves Queen, loves Mercury's music, but specifically she admires his I don't give a shit attitude. I like looking up interviews where he's telling people off. I watched as she put on a strapless black leather dress, a clear raincoat, a lucite bow tie, and treacherously high, clear high heels for the shoot. Hanna applied a dual-tone lip, red on the top and black on the bottom, something that she's trying to make her signature look. She smiled at herself in the mirror, teased her hair, and said, "Everyone made fun of Freddie Mercury too." I don't even know what to say to that. Because what do you mean? Everyone made fun of Freddie Mercury too? Like, what are... It sounds like you're comparing yourself to Freddie Mercury. Everyone in this room watching her. Because remember, the publicist, the boyfriend, the photographer's assistant, everybody's in there witnessing this. Still that same article. Some of the things people say to her online are ghastly. When she posts a semi-nude selfie, she's mocked and derided. Her nose is a near constant source of inspiration for the cruelest digs from her audience. I get all these comments of people talking about my nose, saying I'm the Fruit Loop bird, calling me Pinocchio and shit. She said, I can't say something about that. Hannah admits that she hasn't been on her best behavior in the past. Of course I was a fucking asshole. I have a fucking neurological disorder that was unchecked. I wasn't taking care of my mental health. She said she's recently gotten a diagnosis for ADHD, CPTSD, or complex post-traumatic stress disorder. People throw it around a lot and say, oh, I'm ADHD, when you're getting a little bit restless or fidgety, but it's more than that, she said, adding that the disorder causes her to be impulsive and affects her short-term memory. Despite considering herself neurodivergent, she was called out for being ableist in a March tweet dismissing tone indicator tags used for neurodivergent people who might have difficulty inferring tone online. Wow, the internet was such a different place in 2021. Tone indicators? Wow. I'm not saying that we shouldn't use those. I'm just saying, haven't heard that in a while. Part of being neurodivergent is being impulsive and not fully thinking through decisions. I think people have a hard time differentiating between making excuses and trying to explain yourself. Knew the ADHD excuse was coming. You just made me spit. It always is. And like every time I remember the publicist is in the room, I just laugh because you know the publicist is like, wow, this is going horribly. Not for anything, but I also have ADHD, and it's not your fault for having whatever you have, but it is your job to manage your symptoms. My ADHD makes me evil, but only towards myself. This is adding to the stigma. As someone with ADHD, I do not claim this. Like, I have issues. I'll be the first to say that. But I don't know about this. This is not what I've experienced. So, this water is good. Hannah said that her impulsivity keeps getting her in trouble, going all the way back to 2018 when she was promoting the flimsy makeup brushes. Whenever people want to discredit me on whatever my current thing is, they go back to this beginning and say, remember when you scammed your fans? Kind of vibe. She told me about the backlash. She seems to understand the approach to dealing with her controversies could be better. That was a bad response, she said about her response to the makeup brush fiasco. Part of the problem was not having a good team at the time and not having a ton of life experience. I went from being a drunk college kid to having lots of followers and a lot of responsibility. But again, like, when she became YouTube and Vine famous, she had graduated college at this point. I would accept that excuse if you were like thrust into fame as a child or as a teenager. But like you were 22, 23 years old. That is very early, but like it's not that early, you know what I mean? And I just think like her main problem is I don't know if she's ever had like a regular job. Like I think you need to have like a regular ass person job. Well, she said she worked retail, so I don't know. Where was I? I went from being a drunk college kid to having a lot of followers and a lot of responsibility, and I was so defensive because I was already getting made fun of. I was a meme. When you get a lot of hate, it's hard to sift out what's hate and what's valid. I needed to learn a lot. I do think that was true. From the beginning, people were nasty to her about her weight and about her nose and like other just like low blow nasty things that don't need to be said. And I think like she's stunning. Like look at her. There's a reason certain people get famous on the internet. She's not a bad looking person. So even if she was, it wouldn't be okay, but it's just inaccurate. So I can kind of, I guess, see where like you're getting all this hate. So you just not learn, but like as a way to cope, you're like, oh, all of this is bad. All of you are wrong. And then she just never took accountability for anything. I have a theory. I think I've mentioned this to you all before, that whatever age you become famous is when you stop maturing. Like you get stuck at that age. So that's why like child stars often crash out as adults, because I feel like they're mentally still stuck in childhood because that was robbed of them. But like with her, so I guess she's stuck as a 22-year-old. I guess 22-year-olds are pretty stupid. I was. For a time, the worst thing you could call Gabbie Hanna was a scammer, an irresponsible agent of capitalism who was only out to make money for herself, even if it meant her fans went home with shoddy sponsored products. But then came the rape apologist claims, which have continued to dog her. We already talked about this a fair amount, so I'm going to skip over this. She basically said she handled it poorly. She said she replies to her detractors' comments, still really not taking a great amount of accountability on that. She left LA. We're getting there. Oh my God, my TikTok people. Y'all are so ready to jump in the convo. In June 2020, while recording an episode of her podcast, A Box of Thoughts, she also gets like a new podcast title every 5 minutes. She went on an hour-long rant, clearly upset about how she was treated by her colleagues, her former friends, and her most hostile followers. She took particular umbrage to people who mocked her for being seemingly unstable. You're going to talk about my mental health as if I'm having a mental breakdown because you gaslighted and mentally abused me for months because you spread a one-sided narrative that you knew was filled with all fucking lies for months, and now I'm talking about it and I'm losing my mind. Fuck you. Fuck all of these people for what they've done to me. And for them to be tweeting right now that I'm playing the victim, I am the fucking victim. These are bullies. These are high school fucking bullies. You guys saw some of this too. It was memed like 1,000 times, and so she tried to make shirts out of it where she said desperate for attention. So you might have noticed our timeline is like really wonky right now. From like 2018 to like 2022, she was literally just like had multiple feuds, multiple things going on. Like it was a lot, so I tried to put it in order, but it's like rough to be in order. So like I said, I skipped a bunch of the article because we talked about it, but here's more of that same thing. While it's hardly a feminist stance to demand that a woman be allowed to act as poorly and crudely as her male counterparts without repercussions, it certainly seems unfair. She's held more accountable than, say, Jeffree Star, who's been accused of sexual assault, violence, and bribery. Star has denied these claims. The kind of caustic energy that once made Hanna fun to watch is now a liability for her. Imagine you had a friend who 6 years ago, who to this day is contacting your employers, contacting everyone you know, and trying to ruin your reputation, she told me, referring in part to Trisha Paytas. I lost sponsors, I lost a record deal, I lost my friends. Hanna estimates that between 2019 and 2020, she lost between $5 to $10 million in revenue between AdSense bucks, sponsorship deals, and a record label contract with a company she declined to name. She is now signed with Furtive Records, which is also licensing her back catalog. Hanna doubts she'll ever be able to return to YouTube full-time, even though she has a new representative and a newfound acceptance of her reputation. Now she's focusing on offline pursuits. Remember, this is 2021. She wants to move to Hawaii and start a company that sells candles and cards. Her priority is making music. She's finishing her second album, which she described as rock and emo. Maybe in the future, she said, she'll work for a record company and discover and sign new talent. I don't think I'm going to want to be an artist forever. I'm tired. So that interview is a lot. She worries that the money drying up and the mortgage she has to pay. She worries what she'll do if being a creator doesn't work out. I have this fear that, okay, if I spend this much money here or I make the wrong move, I'll lose everything and I'll have to sell my house and maybe I'll be homeless again. Remember she talked about as a kid they had experienced homelessness some? All these irrational fears, but even if music didn't work out the way YouTube didn't work out like I was hoping, I'll be fine, I'll figure it out. Hanna gazed out over her property at the plunge pool, the swings hanging in the cabana, and the lounge chairs in the front of the kitchen doors. 7 years after moving to LA to make it, she's now on an island, and whether that's what she wanted or not, I'll be okay, she said. It's a newfound freedom, like me or don't. She'll sell a $2 million house and be homeless. We also don't know her financial situation with her house. She could have bought the house and then like put money down but taken it back out later. Like she could be upside down in a mortgage. She could have taken money out to get all this random cool stuff like the plunge pool and all that and like be underwater in that. So it is possible you could sell your house and not leave with any money if you had handled it very poorly and like did not set yourself up for financial success. So I don't know about that. So that article was in 2021. She returned to social media in 2022 and started posting lifestyle content. She's very much in a crisis at this point. Like I feel like weird ethically about even talking about this, but it's what happened. She quickly drew criticism from drama channels following her return. She made a guest appearance on the internet commentary podcast BFFs, where she said she wanted to put her previous controversies behind her and focus on attempting to save the world or die trying by doing charity work and collaborations with other creators. In the weeks following, people made comments about her appearance on the show, saying that it seemed like that was not actually her motive for coming back. Like if you wanted to do charity work, you would just be doing charity work. Drama channels also criticized one of her TikToks in which she said she was taking up hobbies, or Gabbie Hanna said taking up hobbies could help people overcome depression. Influencers accused her of being privileged and tone deaf toward people who might not be able to afford equipment for sports or leisure activities, or wrong to imply that hobbies can cure depression. This is the one thing I'll say. I don't think she's wrong for saying that. And like, are hobbies a cure-all for extreme depression? No. But if you are depressed, like starting a new thing does help with that, and like slowly getting better at it, whether it's art or running or whatever. And like going on a walk is free. You can get cheap art supplies. Like I think this is another example of like, she's been wrong so many times that people are very quick to like jump at her and be like, you're wrong. And this feels like that to me, because that is true. Like doctors say that. Therapists say that. Therapists say that. Okay, but no, that's true. Having hobbies outside your job is very important. Having no hobbies whatsoever can absolutely contribute to depression. Yeah, so I was so broke, but I started junk journaling and it shifted my mindset and it was free. Exactly. That's why I started running, because I wanted a more challenging workout and it was free and I can do it at any time. Journaling helped me build so many habits just from starting. As a hobby, it's great. Oh, why do I have a timer going? That was weird. I think I did that on accident. Whatever. I totally agree with your analysis. People dismissed her because of who she is, not because of what she said. And after the release of 2 EPs, one which peaked at number 5 on the Billboard's Emerging Artist chart, she released her full album Trauma Queen, which is more rock focused. This was in 2022. This is my hobby. This is my hobby too. And then this is where it gets like really not good. Like it was actually already really not good, but this is where she's like being very publicly manic on the internet, and I truly believe was a danger to herself at this moment. This was at the end of August 2022. She went on a multi-day TikTok tirade where she was posting hundreds of videos a day, not sleeping. And yeah, it was just a lot. So we're going to get into that a little bit. I want to remind everyone, like, this is someone very actively experiencing a mental health crisis. So like, we can discuss, but don't make fun, because you never know when it could be you. That's one thing I'll say. You never know when it could be you. Her in this moment, I feel a lot of empathy for her because I see how she got here. And it's sad that she didn't have like a genuine person in her life to be like, you're not okay. Because this to me screams you don't have anyone like in your corner. She posted 200 videos within 96 hours and it did spark a police visit. She was trending on Twitter as concerned fans and onlookers analyzed the endless stream of videos. Some speculated a mental health episode might have triggered this. Ethan Klein, who's the H3 guy, who he was on Frenemies, but now like I think he's kind of unwell. I don't really know what's happening with him. I think he's going through something too. I don't know. Tweeted that fans should be considerate and that she needs help right now, not ridicule, which I do agree with. This is a hard watch, so we're probably not going to watch the whole time. Clearly I made a typo, but I just kind of want you to see what was going on.
You know, every time I say I'm going to save the world, people laugh at me.
Root for us.
Like responding to
fighting
comments.
For we are cross to bear. Don't you want to see? Wake the fuck up. Rise the fuck up.
It's giving slam poetry.
Is we. He died for our sins.
This is also when she got like religious.
Hello?
Like I think she was always a little religious, but like
help me.
There's babies in the street. Yeah, some of these are like viral audios now. This was sad to watch in real
She might
time.
just be the greatest love of all time.
Like she's writing
Go ahead, baby. Glow.
things
Delilah,
with
I have a
makeup.
question for
Oh,
you.
what did she say about black
Are
women?
you scared of me? No. Are you scared for me? No. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
Is this her like
you very you in my heart?
You
Is this a
blessed.
like a
Thank you.
cleaning
You bless me.
person? She has an apron on. Is she there to cook? Who is this?
No, you're blessed.
Yeah,
We're
pero
both
God's blessed.
You did that for me.
I'm feeling you bless everything
You did
have.
that.
I want to interview
for
this
me.
woman.
Don't you
Yeah,
remember? We were
yeah,
upstairs
yeah.
and you said, Gabby, you, God.
Yeah.
One is lonely. Two, you're together. Delilah, you
She went on a
saved my
racist
life.
rant about black women at this time.
On the right.
Okay. God.
All right. It's all going to be all right. Praise be. It's all.
So there's hours and hours and hours of this. We don't need to watch the whole thing, but like very much not well. Like this is not the behavior of someone that's doing okay mentally. And she let a guy in her house, not he. Clearly I was scrambling for time at this point. Now why are we black women in it? I'm going to Google what she said about black women because, like I said, there's hours of stuff in there. So I didn't see that, but I didn't watch everything she said. What did Gabbie Hanna do is the search. What did Gabbie Hanna say about black women 2022? Okay, so she posted over 100 erratic videos. Some people said that things she said were racially insensitive towards black people and Native American people. She has not made public apologies about her behavior during this time specifically. Okay, what does she say? Oh my God, I'm not allowing ads. Okay. In a live, Gabbie also shared her opinion on black women and their closeness to the divine. She said, it's like they're dependent on God when the Father leaves. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you know why black people are inherently so much cooler than white people? Because they were raised with Jesus mostly. They were told to respect their mama, keep your faith. So, black women especially naturally embody the Holy Spirit because black mothers are always left to raise their babies alone when the father leaves.
What is she talking about?
It's almost like the mothers depended on God to get them through. And that white man, we're like, uh-oh, black people are powerful. That's scary. And instead of saying, hey black people, hey Native American Indians, you guys can be really peaceful and happy on your land. We just came here on this boat.
I think we've seen what we needed to see on that. It just keeps getting worse. This is like a way worse version of, do you remember on that talk show where, who was it? Was it Sharon Osbourne where she's like, Donald Trump, if you deport all of the Hispanic people, who's gonna clean your toilet? And Kelly Osbourne, where she's like, in the sense that, like, that was a way worse version of that. That was a way worse version of that, where she was like, I love how black people are close to God, which, like, okay, like, where do we want to go from there? Like, maybe you could say something normal or positive. Nope. 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 God, I don't mean to laugh because it's not funny, but like I don't even know what other reaction to have because this is literally just so like much. I can never predict the next thing she'll say. It is giving Kanye, me a black agnostic, question mark. Oh, that's not. Like, even though what she was saying, she meant it as positive, it was just so bad. It was just so bad. So let's talk about the guy that she let in her house. This was really, really rough. Came here on a boat is a choice. Like, yeah, we don't have time to dissect everything she said on that live, but I think what we can know is that she didn't major in humanities or history. Her major was communications, I think. You'd think she would be better about communicating. So amid her episode, a TikTok user named Nick Pfeiffer, I think, posted a series of TikToks from inside Gabbie Hanna's house, and on a live stream, he said that he went to her house to help her whether she wants it or not. And after around 30 minutes in the house, she yelled at him and told him to leave. But for 30 full minutes, they were making videos together inside of her house. So he confirmed that he visited, but said that he left right when she told him to. He also said that he received a lot of backlash for going to her house, which he deems negative and unnecessary. This is literally insane. If your true motivation was to help her, why were you making videos then? Because, yeah, this is the guy in the picture, so we'll watch it. If you truly wanted to help her, you would have been like, let's go for a walk without our phones. Doesn't that sound fun? Because, like, if my neighbor, I really don't know my neighbors at all, other than like, hi, I don't know them. We don't hang out. But if I saw my neighbor doing this on social media, I would go to their house and be like, do you want to go for a walk outside with me? No phones, crazy challenge. You know what I mean? Yes, apparently he asked to use her bathroom. Like, he was on a run and was like, oh, can I use your bathroom? And, like, that's how he got in.
Nicholas?
And immediately when they started posting videos, all the comments were like, Gabbie, get this man out of your house. You should not have let him in your house. So then she got super defensive and was like, we're friends.
Nicholas? Do you mind being on camera or you don't want to?
I don't mind.
Okay, so I want to, oh my God, my hair. A friend just texted me and I told him that I was going to go on a run for a guy who showed up at my house and was just feeling a little lost, asked to use the bathroom, and now we're going to go for a run together. He asked to pray with me. It was really nice. And his text was, Gab, listen to me now. Get that man out of your house. How do you feel about that?
That's rude.
It's kind of rude, isn't it?
Rude.
I think he meant well. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean well.
What? Not, he means well. We know he means well.
Do we?
My friend who texted me and told me to get the stranger out of my house.
Let's throw our phones in the garbage disposal.
Yeah, I think so.
But Nicholas is good. And we're gonna go.
So he was on a run in jeans and a long sleeve t-shirt in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Thank you for knocking on my door, Nicholas.
Yes.
You are a brother in Christ.
No.
Fuck yes, he is.
No. Thanks for waking me up too early this morning so I could open the door for a lost angel looking for kindness. Well, a bathroom.
Don't be scared.
I am scared. Help her, and he's just actively making it worse. The fact that his first instinct wasn't to help but take advantage was the issue.
I just had a realization.
Do you think he said it was rude when Gabbie told him to get out?
Solved the entire puzzle. The Garden of Eden is heaven's gates. Let me show you something. It was a fucking treasure hunt. The church that I went to, the website says that I need to use my time, my talent, and my treasure. It was a treasure hunt.
The moment she switches and start yelling at him is jarring. I think it's in here.
Awesome. It was a treasure hunt.
I think I'm gonna
for
skip
the
ahead a little
Garden
bit.
of Eden, heaven's gates. Oh my God! You want to see the forbidden fruit? That is a lantana berry. It didn't grow the first 3 years I lived here because my gardener was chopping down my trees. And then there was all this drama and I had to grow up a lot and I was really embarrassed and the entire neighborhood
So like
thinks I'm
she's just like fully losing it.
I don't care that they think I'm crazy.
I beat the
because
final
we
level
know
of
the
life and
fucking
you're
truth.
jealous. And then the filters.
You guys really thought that license plates weren't
He's still
code?
there.
And you told me I was fucking crazy for seeing it because you were too scared?
Yeah, she wasn't
because
sleeping.
You haven't talked to daddy in a long time because you've been a bad little girl.
Who said that? I never said that.
God's tongue licking her pussy, and this is her bleeding vagina.
She's
He
literally
parted the
like an
Red
active
Sea.
psychosis.
They're so horny and hilarious. They're perfect. I laugh and talk to myself all day. Nick,
Yes.
Nicholas, how happy are we?
So happy.
The woman was too stunned to speak. Wanna laugh?
I
your
forgot
ass
how
off?
bad this
This
was.
is a stranger. Do what you just did.
Share my water with you.
Literally, bots. Guys,
if you show kindness to bots, they get artificial intelligence and they might take over the world.
Okay, she is right about that. That part she's right about. Broken clock's right twice a day.
Smartest person in the world and on the planet.
This is in 2022.
Mommy and Daddy, thank you. By the way, Nick, I know you know who I am. Come on. Why did you lie to me this whole time? Why did you lie to me? That's for my acne, you dumb cunt. Get the fuck out of my house. Now. Now. Now!
So yeah, that was that, which says a lot more about him than her, I think. The athleisure. I'm scared to think how this would have went with ChatGPT in her life. I think this happening pre-ChatGPT is the divine intervention, personally. Didn't he snoop to find her medicine? Yeah, he was just looking at medicine in her cabinet. And so what happened here is he was like, oh, I just wanted to use your restroom. Like, I'm on a run. I need to go to the bathroom. He pretended to not know who she was. But then she, I guess, so I think, like, fans sent her screenshots of him liking old posts of hers and things. And so, yeah, this was happening as soon as I joined TikTok. So according to a report from TMZ and in a post confirmed by Gabbie Hanna and by the Metro, police did come to her house for a wellness check after receiving an influx of calls from worried fans. She's made all those videos private and LAPD did not respond to comment for this. And I just want to say, I'm so grateful that I have people in my life who would turn my phone off. Like, I'm so grateful that there are many people in my life who would come to my house who know me in my real life. None of you need to do this. None of you need to do this, okay? None of you. Love you so much, but you guys don't need to come to my house if something's going on with me. Many real people from my real life, not that you guys aren't real, you are, but we're internet people, you know what I'm saying, would be like, let's put the phone down. Like, let's turn it off. You know what I mean? And that's what, to me, is sad about this, because I feel like it's just so evident she didn't have anybody looking after her or in her corner genuinely. And even though it doesn't seem like she's a particularly great person and she's fucked up a lot, this is like, no one needs to have this experience. Like, this is not good for anybody. Like, this is not something that's good for anybody. She's done a lot to end up so isolated. It was a perfect storm moment. He was posting that he knows where she lives and he was going to go, and then posted in her bathroom. Yeah, like, this is just a lot. And to me, like, this is not karma for the other things that she did. It's just, like, horrible. Like, it's just horrible. A sister, a coworker, a partner, a manager, anyone. Like, literally anyone. Like, I mean it when I said I would do this for a stranger if they were across the street from me. And so the fact that no one was just genuinely like, hey, you are not okay. Like, even an acquaintance, people were telling him to get her meds to give to Gabbie. This is literally insane. This guy's taking advantage of a mentally ill person regardless of who she is. That's kind of how I feel about it. So I'm not sure exactly when she became super religious, but it obviously in those videos she was talking about religion a lot. She did appear to be in religious psychosis. That's my non-expert opinion about the matter. But she did become an evangelical Christian and discussed it around early 2024, but clearly it happened earlier. She had a year-long break from social media that began in 2023, and she talked about this new phase of her life in a presentation at the Oxford Union in September of 2024. She has addressed the videos telling fans that she experienced a manic phase of her bipolar disorder. The following week, she posted a series of 20 TikToks captioned "About Last Week," which addressed this. She said it was a manic phase that was actually a brand new thing for me. I was experiencing it in real time with all of you guys. She made separate videos to address some specific comments she made, like the things about Native American people and Black Americans. She also used transphobic and ableist language. Generally, when people are in manic episodes, they're not known for being great with their choice of words and respect. And then on September 5th, she advised fans that she was going to stay off social media for a while, but the following day, she posted another TikTok responding to a question written to a fan about having bipolar disorder. She said, "We love having public episodes, so now we can educate the youth." I remember most of them. It's not like I was blacked out and didn't remember anything. There's so much brilliance and genius to them. So it doesn't seem like the manic episode's over. If you're looking at it and you're like, wow, I was acting like a brilliant genius, and that's what it was, like, clearly you're still not great. This is so random, but I lots of people sent it to me to include, so I felt like this was the only logical place I could think to put it, because this was in 2024. So there was a situation where Tana Mojo basically said, Cody Co had sex with me when I was underage. And apparently Gabbie Hanna was involved in this because this is what Keemstar said. This is what I know. Years ago, Gabbie Hanna told me in an off-record statement that a 25-year-old Cody Co was kissing a 17-year-old Tana Mojo at Playlist Live in Florida. The age of consent in Florida is 18. Anyone 24 or older hooking up with a 16, 17-year-old is statutory rape. Gabbie told me she pulled Cody Co aside and told him Tana was 17, and Cody Co said, "Thanks for letting me know." But then Cody Co went and had sex with Tana anyway. And Tana did confirm this as well, but Tana also said she's annoyed that Gabbie shared this. So just because this has Gabbie involved with it, I felt like it was worth putting in here since multiple people sent it to me to put in here. But out of everything, this feels pretty like random. What we know about Cody Co now, no, for real. But also like what I'm about to say, I don't mean it to excuse Cody Co's behavior. But, like, he is a Duke frat dude who was a student athlete. So I just say that to be like, you're shocked. Like, it's obviously not okay. It's illegal. He knew it and did it anyway. Gross. But, like, people that were like, Cody Co? Out of all people, Cody Co? Like, yeah. I'm not exactly shocked by that. Following the live podcast taping, Tana further addressed the statement on an episode of Cancel. She said, "To be 100% truthful, when I look back at the Cody situation, I'm definitely like, why was he doing that?" She also recalled that Gabbie Hanna informed Cody that Tana was only 17. They left the event and hooked up anyway. I can look back and be like, why the fuck were you doing that? During an appearance on Trisha Paytas' podcast, Just Trish, around that same time, Tana addressed the response to her allegations. The thing that's actually really heartbreaking and kind of crazy to me is after it started going viral, seeing so many people not believing me, being like, it's Tana, so who cares? And then I started feeling so bad for other girls who maybe look up to me and want to speak their truth and see that as a way, and see that way that people just don't believe people. So this was an incredibly sad situation. And even though Gabbie Hanna is not like at fault or really a part of it, because she is involved with it, I did want to bring it up. And obviously it happened long ago, but it came across in 2024, which is why I put it in here. So after vanishing from the internet, she reappeared as a fitness instructor. The Lawrence County YMCA, which is located in her hometown of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, announced her as their newest instructor. And she tells viewers that they can meet their fitness goals. We're just going to watch it. I don't know why it's so small.
You want to know the real secret to meeting your fitness goals? Cardio? Sure, that's a part of it. Strength? Okay. Also,
and like, it's not on her page, it's on their page.
Part of it. Don't make fun of my push-ups. But the real secret, the thing that's going to ensure you meet your goals,
forget how young Tana is.
Consistency. And you want to know the number one secret to consistency? Fun. Your workout doesn't have to be boring. It can be as fun as a night out dancing with your friends. And it should be. My name's Gabbie, and I'm your new instructor at the Lawrence County YMCA. I can't even tell my thighs are burning because I'm having so much fun and looking so good doing it. Am I dancing or am I swinging my legs? Take part in our 3 new dance-inspired fitness classes. No dance experience required, all fitness levels encouraged. Looking good all starts with feeling good. Come take a class today and thank yourself tomorrow.
So I think that's good. I think her having a job not on the internet is good. It seemed like she had a lot of tattoos removed. Because she did have a throat tattoo. She had multiple right here. It seemed like she had a lot of tattoos removed and is kind of in a different era right now. But one thing that is jarring about this is it reminded me that no matter how famous you get, like she literally was one of like the top internet creators of the time, you could still end up being in a work video on their channel. And that's terrifying. I wish she could have just been an eccentric Zumba instructor. Like that, I feel like is what she needed all along. And then she posted this in April 2024. I sold my $2.8 million LA dream house. More music, I guess.
I always knew that I wanted to buy property in Pennsylvania in my hometown. Like that was always end game. But I never thought that I would sell that house. So here's how we got here. Towards the end of 2022, the same theme kept coming up in my journaling. Get home. I had all these fears and anxieties about something happening to a family member, especially one of my siblings. Like all I kept thinking is, wow.
And she has a lot of siblings, remember?
And in that time, I'd been back home probably less than 10 times. And then even those trips were so rushed because it was around the holidays. So I kind of like had to be there, and it was really just kind of chaotic and fast. So I haven't actually spent quality time at home since I graduated college, really. And not actually, no, before then, because I lived at my aunt's and then I moved to Ohio and then I moved to LA. So I hadn't been home in like a minute. So if anything would have happened to any of us, then it would have been a relationship.
She dated a few different people at this time, like for not long, and it wasn't super out there. So I left it out. You can look it up, but it just really didn't feel as relevant.
In LA anymore. I felt like the energy and the culture was just shifting so much. There was all this talk about the power grid blowing out, and the economy started getting really crazy, and was afraid of nuclear warfare. And somebody told me that the first place to get nuked in the mainland of the United States would be California. So I was really just not feeling comfy there, and I was afraid that something would happen and then I wouldn't be able to get home.
Keep in mind that was also like COVID, being in a big city in COVID.
So I made my mind up in December of 2022. I was absolutely buying a house in Pennsylvania. So that was decided. But
okay, so she kind of gets into how she sold her house, yada, yada, yada. It's like a long talking video, and then she shows some parts of the house that some of which you guys have seen before, just from her other videos, like her room. She shows some different things. You can watch it if you want to. And then this is September 11th, 2024, a long overdue apology. So she is doing social media again, and she's living in Pennsylvania now. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's 17 minutes.
Today is September 10th, 2024, which means exactly 10 years ago today, a decade ago today, I posted my very first YouTube video. It was a Q&A, nothing special except my hair. My hair was absolutely positively majestic, but naturally,
see, she's weird about her hair.
A big milestone, like a 10-year anniversary. It makes one reflect. So I've been reflecting. And as I've reflected on the past 10 years of my life, my career at large.
On 9/11. Great point.
Feel like I owe a lot of people apologies. So I wrote some notes. I have a list. Okay, so the first bunch of people that I'd like to say
a lot of people commented on the fact that she's so far away from the camera in this.
From collaborators, producers, management, agents,
this is
anyone
2024.
From PA on set to director. Special I'm sorry goes out to MTV and YouTube Originals, because I was difficult to work with. I took a lot of opportunities that I didn't deserve, and also
I wonder how well alternate universe Gabbie is
there
doing.
Were a lot of people who kind of, practiced and trained and wanted some of those opportunities their whole lives, and I was able to.
I thought she said dishing out apologies felt chaotic to her.
No actual effort in that space. So also sorry to anybody who deserved the opportunity more than me that I took from them and showing appreciation.
So you get the vibes. Long-winded apology.
Story times, like when I was sharing these personal experiences.
And she kind of goes through, she doesn't get into like specific incidents, but it's just a general apology for being messy and offensive and chaotic and things like that. This was her era of randomly coming to Pitt's campus and would be talking and be all anyone talked about all day. In 2024, she was doing that? Oh, no. And then this was posted March 30th, 2025. This is her new boo. So she's doing music. I think the music is probably good for her. I think the workout classes are probably good for her. Pitts Yik Yak was crazy at that time. I didn't realize Yik Yak came back. It was a thing when I was younger. She did a Harvard lecture? When? As soon as she moved back to Southwest Pennsylvania. Damn, they letting anybody in Harvard now, I guess. So, her and this guy have an Instagram together, Robbie and Gabbie. The caption is all glory to God. They don't post very often, but it's like religion. It is, Yik Yak died for a while. It was gone for a while and came back. It's very much religion. It's very much couple, but it's like not very frequent of post, and there's not a ton of followers. And then it was brought to my attention that she got married in May of 2015. I found this on Reddit. I occasionally look up Gabbie Hanna to look at her socials. I did like her at one point. Haven't liked her in years. I'm just nosy. She posted about how her new fiance and her are going to do a show together. I looked it up, and this link came up when I searched their names. It's like their wedding registry, the Zola page. It's gone now. I looked. I remember people saying they thought she was engaged. Looks like they're right. I hope she took time to be a better person, but her last video she uploaded didn't really prove that, but what do I know? And it was saying that they were getting married in Pennsylvania. It's just like their wedding website. And then this is what people on Reddit were saying about it. Bitmojis on a save the date in 2025. Her fiance and her seem to both be pretty fundamentalist Christians, so best of luck to them in praying for her very clear and serious mental illnesses and blaming it on weed. Her sudden swing into Christianity seems to be correlated with her decline in mental health, although she has now stopped calling herself Jesus Christ, I think, so we'll see how this works out long term. Man, when she snaps out of this prolonged spiritual psychosis, she's going to be really pissed how it comes with paperwork attached. That was kind of mean, but kind of funny. Good luck to her. Hopefully he's a nice guy. I remember when the whole fiasco happened, I mentioned her being in active psychosis and was downvoted, and people were telling me not to speculate on her mental health. And I'm just like, this girl's in active psychosis, and if more people recognize the signs, we can have actual conversation on spreading awareness. They are definitely in a cult together. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Someone said, didn't they just meet? Because apparently they got married within like a year of meeting each other with tracks with when she moved, because it doesn't seem like he moved with her. I hope they have a healthy marriage. I think it's a little too soon, but I hope they're happy. Dang, she got that neck tattoo removed. Is the trad wife era next? Engaged in the first year of dating is crazy. So these are their wedding pictures. Like, I wish I could be like, she got the help she needed, but it just seems like this was just kind of like a rebrand situation. And this is some info I found on Reddit about the timeline of their marriage. So Gabbie and Robbie Kroner, photographer Murray's Photography, posted onto Instagram May 28th. 14 months ago, Gabbie posted, let's talk about dating, which I haven't done in a really long time, but I'm getting to the point that I'm feeling ready again. 9 months ago, Gabbie and Robbie at Run with a Mission in September. 7 months ago, Gabbie posted photo publicly with Robbie and tried to run a mission September and Turkey trot race November. 6 months ago, Gabbie posted photos publicly, an engagement looking ring at Christmas, and made Instagram Robbie and Gabbie. 3 months ago, we posted the singing video that I saw. Just researched quickly. Gabbie made Robbie, and posting real time are often different, blah, 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 whatever. You get what they're saying. So very, 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 very quick. Oh, I did not even consider a baby being added to that equation. That poor child. Is she? Interesting. As someone from Pennsylvania, a quicker relationship progression in marriage is definitely more normal than it may be in some other places. It is, but is it? So this is her website right now, and it's like wearable art, but a lot of the stuff on the website was like broken. So it's like religious shirts, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, like, and then when you click these things, you get like an error message. So the website is like moderately dysfunctional, and then this is her Instagram. It's very, like I said, religious. She still has a ton of followers. Posting with him a lot of religion stuff. It's a lot. So wearable art is just t-shirts, apparently. That cross shirt is giving heavy KKK vibes. That one fell off. Yeah. So I wish that I had like, here's how it worked out and all was okay and she got the help she needed. But like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I really sincerely hope she gets help. I fear it won't happen. I fear that it simply will not happen. I hope that it does. I wish her all the peace in the world. I hope that she gets the help she needs. I don't really understand her. Well, that was a shitty ride. 1 star. Yeah. Like, when I picked this as a topic, I didn't really think about, I like to end on like a nice little, and we wrapped it up. And that's just not what happened with this one. So I hope it was informative. This feels like a cautionary tale. Yeah, it very much is a cautionary tale. She reminds me of an ex-friend who's now stuck in a cult. Yeah, very much giving cautionary tale. It's a lot. Unfortunately, next week is also a lot. Next week is more of a serious, like, non-viral topic. Next week, we're talking about the rise of Christian nationalism. And I just want to tell you that this has been on the calendar for over a month. Over a month ago. Think about what's happened in the last month, okay? Over a month ago, I put this on the calendar. So it's going to be more serious. It's going to be a little more numbersy, a little more study. This is from 2024, percent of the population that qualify as for Christian nationalism. Adherents, like, they're in it. Sympathizers, skeptics, rejectors are people that skip the question. So 30% of our society is either adherent or our country is either adherent or sympathizing with Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism, I honestly picked this because I want to learn more about it. It's a very interesting and very concerning. I do post these on YouTube. These go on YouTube as well. I'm glad so many of my TikTok people are here tonight. I've been neglecting you guys for a while. I've learned so much growing up involuntarily as a white person in the US. You mean you're involuntarily white, or you involuntarily grew up? But yeah, Christian nationalism also really is like a predominantly white thing. Not exclusively, but predominantly. So it'll be much more like nitty-gritty sociology type vibes. But yeah, I feel weird saying this because I don't want to call it a game, but we do a little thing at the end where we talked about what we learned about the person. So this is about Gabbie Hanna, but I kept it very like surface level and light. I did not really get into like the scary, sad stuff that we talked about, but we'll do sports. That feels respectful. But if it's your first time here tonight, you do not have to join. This is the last thing we do, so if you're not with it, adios, you don't have to stay. But if you want to watch, you don't have to join. The questions will come up on here. If you do want to participate in this little game, the directions are on the screen. I will put it in the chat as well. I don't want your data. I don't want money. I don't want you to make an account. If it prompts you to make an account, you don't have to. If it says you have to download the app, you don't have to. You can do this on a phone. You can do this anywhere. Yeah, so I'll give people a couple minutes. It's not a game, it's just an extremely fun quiz. I just got here, but have you seen the news about the superintendent from Des Moines who was detained by ICE? Yes, that is terrifying, very terrifying. And they're saying he had like a knife and he had cash. Neither of those things are illegal to own. Neither of those things are illegal to own. I think it's very scary. ICE is a very concerning organization, the rights that are being violated. I've also seen many clips of them pounding into people's houses without showing a warrant. That is scary. I work for that district. It's an absolute nightmare. What's happening in that district? Like, I don't mean like, do you know why he was detained? I mean like, how do you as a district, what do you do? Like, what do you do when your superintendent gets detained by ICE? He's such a good person, too. My students are terrified. Yes, I will post the link again. There you go. It's very scary. What is this stream if not an online class? This is supposed to be like an online class where there's no pressure. Like, there's no pressure and there's no, like, required. The students walked out today. Good. I'm glad. Not glad that they are in this situation, but glad that that's how they responded. Greetings from New Zealand. What's it like to have healthcare? How's that? Are you guys descending into fascism? There's a huge teacher strike happening in Alberta. Oh, someone else asked when the next episode of the podcast is coming out. Soon. We just need to like give it the final once over before it comes out. Are both of, there's going to be 3 parts. How do I ask this question? Is there 1 part up or is there 2? Fraz does all of the work. I do nothing. I'm useless. Okay, so just part 1 is up. Part 2 and part 3 are coming soon, within the coming days. They're all recorded now. Do y'all have rights over there? 2 are up. On the Patreon? Yeah, 2's just on Patreon. So 2 will be like everywhere. I stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's rare that I skip it. Maybe once or twice a year I skip it. But actually coming up, 1, I'm going on vacation / to find a wedding venue. And then 2, I'm going to the Jonas Brothers concert. So within the next couple months, there will be 2 days off. But if I ever can't do it on a Tuesday, I usually do it on a different day. And I just let you guys know. I'm Canadian, but I'm in Ontario. And our premier, like a governor, I think, is trying to privatize our healthcare. Why? No offense, but it's really cold up there. So I kind of think that's why most of y'all live there, is for the healthcare. This was my first stream and I loved it. I hope to come to the next one whenever it is. The next one is Tuesday, October 7th, and it is about the rise of Christian nationalism. I always put, and then I also put a fundraiser for a Palestinian family that I'm in contact with. That's always there. But then I put like what we're going to talk about next week, because every week it's a different topic. And for those of you that were here for the first time tonight, and if we can't catch a stream or they recorded somewhere, they stay up on Twitch for 2 weeks. They're on YouTube forever. So you can go back and watch every stream I've ever done. They're on YouTube. They do have ads in them, so sorry about that. But they're all on there. So obviously you're not like live reacting with the chat, but you can watch them. A lot of people really like my streams for cleaning because they're about 2 hours. And like you guys were here tonight. We talk about a topic, but we get distracted and talk about other things too. So if you're the type of person that you like body doubling, it can be a really good thing to put on like while you are cleaning your house or working on something or whatever. Some people tell me that they listen to it as a podcast. A lot of people have asked me to put it on Spotify and like podcast platforms. My issue with that is, 1, we look at a lot of pictures and we look at a lot of videos. So, and I also don't know how to put it on Spotify. I guess I could figure it out, but yeah. If anyone is wanting to support Des Moines Public Schools, please do. The students are so scared and they need to know they're not alone. How do we support you? Do we write letters? Do we send you money? Like, what do you want? Like, I want to support you. I just need direction. The kids at my old high school have been doing walkout protests in solidarity with the teachers over job cuts. I listened to this while cooking. It was honestly amazing. It's a good thing to like be half in and half out of. All right, I'll let a couple more people join our little game. It does ask you for your name. Your name does come up on the screen, so if you don't want that to happen, leave, I guess. Or not leave the stream, but leave the game and rejoin. You can just put a fun little tricky joke name. And I will say, because when I created this, I did not intend for this to be a 2-part stream. The questions are about both weeks. So those of you that are my loyal stream watchers, you do have an advantage over the people that just came here this week. So that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Last week we were supposed to do this whole thing, but we had technology issues and you guys had a lot to say and I had a lot to say. So it just ended up being a 2-parter, which is actually the first time in Misredacted stream history that that's happened. My other 2-parters were intentional. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. If you have not joined, it will let you join late. So you can still join. It'll just be harder to win. Just continue to support your local public schools and fuck ICE. Don't fuck ICE, but like fuck ICE, to be clear. Who did we learn about today? $1010 recommend going through the redacted archive. I really am glad I finally fixed this to also go to TikTok, because that's how a lot of people discover this. It's live on YouTube as well, but I don't think that many people watch from there. There's definitely some, but it's not the majority. What app did Gabbie get her start on? Most of these questions are pretty easy. It was such a heavy topic that I just wanted to make the questions easy. fine. Thanks to that TikTok comment 3 months ago where I found this and went to YouTube. Nice. What was her channel name? Anyone new, please see The Villages stream. It was so funny. The Villages was probably my favorite stream I've ever done. Like, that one is up there. Like, I think it probably is my favorite stream I've ever done. Gabbie lives not far from me now. If you see her out, tell her that we hope she's doing well and got help. My mom lives in The Villages now? You're lying. What did she do to Bo Burnham? Ugh. I'm just getting over being sick and it's still a little gross. Highly recommend the Great Lakes stream. Another good one. There's just 2 streams about sex workers going west. The second one is way better and better researched. You loved my meme for that. I was so proud of myself. Lemur Banana, you should always be proud of yourself. You have been here. You're my rock on this stream. Which mediums has she tried? And I don't know if she ever tried violin, just not that I'm aware of. I have not done a Toddlers and Tiaras stream. It stresses me out a little. You want more UU content? Maybe. I don't have that much to say. My favorite stream was that rich guy with the cool wife and the Duggars. I don't remember which rich guy. Sex Workers in the West was my first stream. I've also not done Dance Moms or Teen Mom. That could be another good topics. Nellie Bly, that was a good one. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. They're all on YouTube. They're all on my YouTube. I'm a Walmart parking lot, misredacted on YouTube as well. Which famous singer did Gabbie Hanna have to apologize for tweeting about? The Kesha stream had me hooked forever. It's interesting to hear what you guys' favorites are. I'm a student teacher and I need to know how you deal with apathy. Bribes. I bribe them. Is that the best way? I don't know, but it works. When did she post 200 videos within 96 hours? The milk stream. Oh, the milk stream. I forgot about the milk stream. The Duggar streams are always good. Where is Gabbie Hanna currently working? I just bribed myself. Exactly. Imagine if she was a drama teacher. I feel like in another timeline that's what she's doing, where she didn't become like an internet person. She was a drama teacher. But she works at the YMCA. What's an underrated stream in your opinion? Some of the ones I've done about people have like very low views. Oh, the Mormon Madoff one was good. So like I just did a stream. Oh, this was, this is a hard question and it was actually last week. Because I made this, like I said, I didn't know it was gonna be a 2-parter. So you had to have seen the TikTok about it. My stream about Frances Perkins, like that didn't really get any attention. I'll scroll through them and see. There's a lot that are about like Bravo people or specific people that I think are fascinating that like just didn't get much attention, which is fine. 1-800-MEGAN in first place, nice job. We got Christy, Miss G Teaches Bio, Megan, Saturn Cat, rest in peace Gabbie Hanna, you would have loved Private Stories. She is very much alive. Tattoo removal parking lot, Department of Neuro, Amber, a Sonic parking lot, C, Strawberry Critter, Fuck Ice, Emily Rambo, and I will scroll through the rest. Get out of my house. Nice job. Babies in the streets. Not the Miss Rachel. I guess Dr. Pepper, but that's a throwback. I am not drinking soda. I'm not going to say ever again, but for right now, which is a good thing for me. So like Marlo Hampton, that was a great stream. It only got 703 views on YouTube. Gabbie Hanna got 1.7, or Gabbie Hanna Part 1. The Real Hustlers, that's another one. Those are all recent, so let me find different ones. Like the Am I the Asshole on Reddit got a lot of views, but I felt like that stream was not good. Defund the HOA, that was a good one. If I Was America's Dictator, that was a good one. The Taylor Armstrong stream and the Tiger Woods stream and the Mike the Situation stream, I think those are very slept on. Yeah, I guess those are my answers. There's a lot of good ones out there. I need to watch your old streams. They're all on YouTube. They are all on there. There's one about polygamist homes and FLDS lore. The Great Lakes one is good that someone mentioned. There's some history ones too. One that I really like is called Cars the Nightmare. It was about a year ago about how like the auto industry took over our country. The Dr. Phil one is good. The Dr. Phil one is one of the only ones I don't have monetized because I did not want to cut the clips of him being horrible. So that one's not monetized, but it's good. The Jax Taylor, some of the Vanderpump Rules ones aren't monetized, like Jax Taylor and Sheena. One of my favorite ones, it's not slept on, it's one of my highest performing ones, is The Legacy of Big Kathy. The mother of Kyle Richards, Kathy Hilton, so Paris Hilton's grandmother. That is a lot. The cruise one is really good. Yeah, we've done so much cool stuff on here. Like, genuinely, we've done so much cool stuff. It's been a good time. I say that like it's ending. It's just going to keep going. The Kim Zolciak one is so good. All right. I loved this stream. Would do this again. It's so fun. Me, a never follower of Gabbie Hanna in 2022 when that creep was in her house. A meme from last week. Us when we got half raptured by Twitch when the lesson started. We had so many problems last week. And yes, there's a bulletin board at the end where people can put memes and comments and stuff. Lots of participation tonight. So what if I'm the most Black women? So now why am I in it? 30-second, hey, where's my participation prize? I'll like your post. Was Gabbie's sister mentioned? No. She has a sister? The Woodstock ones were really cool. Will attend again. All right. I'm glad that you liked it. These streams remind me that I purchased her poetry and ironically believed it was literature in high school. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. This is the highlight of my week. I stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to all my new people that were here. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next Tuesday. Good night. Love you so much.